Get in there, my son. Boom, chickadee chanka, lads and lasses. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you. Let me just make sure I'm coming through loud and clear here. But yes, cheeky little update for you. I thought I'd get on and give you all the latest Manchester United news of the day. Get your thoughts and opinions in throughout. Sorry, I'm just making sure we are coming through. We are. Sorry, I was having a few technical difficulties there getting the stream to start, but I think we're coming through. Let me know if we are. Smash a 69 in there if we are. Let me just say hi to a few of the familiar eager beavers who were in at the start of this stream. We got Kyan, Johnny Gallagher, Aaron GR7, Aaron Homeyard, Wiggy, Marek Stachowski, Berber, Johnny Gallagher. Guys, thank you everybody who's joining us tonight for tonight's show. Also, if you're tuning in and watching this later, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button and get involved in the comment section down below. But yeah, smash the thumbs up on the vid at the start of the stream as we go, guys. We've got a bit to get into. I'd love to tell you there was like proper movement here from Manchester United. We had bids coming in galore and we're proper going for it in this transfer window, but no, it's starting to show that maybe we are just going to be a little bit slow about some of these signings again this summer, but hopefully I'm wrong. But let's get into the main stuff anyway, peeps. ADV says, oh, I'm excited. Good, that's the best way to be, my friend, coming into a piggy extravaganza of news. Although there's not really that much news to get into. But anyway, hot transfer news. Absolutely, ADV. Right, let's do this. Let's do this, guys. So let's talk about the main headlines of the day. So Fabrizio Romano has been on Twitch this evening, and he has been saying a bunch of stuff. He's also, tweeted out a little bit earlier on tonight, just with an update in regards to a couple of players involved with Manchester United's transfer window. So I'll give you the latest and the update on that right now. It's in regards to Donny van de Beek. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but there was a lot of rumours going around that Donny van de Beek was maybe looking at leaving Manchester United this summer. There's talk whether or not he's going to get opportunities next season, with obviously if Pogba stays, even if Pogba goes, he might not get the opportunities at United. There's still McTominay and Fred, and we could potentially be signing Camavinga, maybe even Rice or somebody, or who knows. So is there going to be the opportunities here for Donny next season? He's going to have to prove himself and fight his way into the team, or he could go elsewhere. I personally don't think that that's the case. I think that Manchester United would be still interested in giving Donny a shot at the club. He's still young. I think he's only 24. He's still got a very bright future ahead of him, and he is a good player. And I think if used correctly, if given an actual fair run in the team, Donny could probably be a pretty damn good player for us in the future. Now, has he really impressed me up until this point? Not really. I'm only going to give him so long, but I certainly think that a run in the team is needed for us to really gauge whether or not he's a United player or not. We still haven't seen all that much of him. Solskjaer really didn't select him last season, hardly at all, and just barely favoured him at all, just discarded him like a used tea bag. We basically signed him from Ajax there. Edwin forced him in Ollie's pocket there. We discarded him like a used tea bag last season, man. What we need to do is we need to just put him back in the cup. You know what I mean? Give him a shot. Give him a chance, guys. Give him a cheeky little chance. But let me give you the update here tonight anyway from Fabrizio Romano, transfer guru extraordinaire here. He's come out tonight and he said, Donny van de Beek has not been discussed between Manchester United and Real Madrid as a player included in negotiations for Raphael Varane. So lots of stories, lots of people suggesting that Donny may be included in a deal for Varane. Well, Fabrizio's come out and just put an end to that anyway and said that that is not the case as of right now anyway. Donny van de Beek may well be be on his way out this summer. We don't know necessarily what the transfer structure is, what Ollie's plans are for the squad. Does he even want to go with Donny van de Beek anymore? Will it be linked with other midfielders? Will Pogba stay? Will he go? If Pogba stays, maybe that has a big bearing on what happens with Donny van de Beek's future at the club. So I'm not ruling out him potentially leaving the football club this summer. I don't think it's going to happen. He's only just bloody come in, and he's not had a fair crack yet, in my opinion. But get your thoughts and opinions in about Donny, guys. Do you think he should stay, or do you think he should go? Let me know. Let me know. And I mean, like, do you want him to stay at the football club? Do you think it's worth having him around there? Is he actually going to give us decent performances, and will he get opportunities? It's all on what Solskjaer wants to do, really. But as of right now, just to let you guys know, the Donny van de Beek rumours, they're bollocks, basically. He's not been discussed between United and Real Madrid as a player included in negotiations for for Raphael Varane. He also went on to say, in regards to Raphael Varane, that Man United asked for Varane 1 week ago on direct contact, but there's still no official bid. Waiting for Real price tag. So, United interested in him, but essentially here, what's that mean? Well, Real Madrid aren't playing ball right now. They're not actually desperate to do the deal. It seems they're taking a little bit of time about it. It's understood that we have had negotiations. I think Rob Blanchard reporting yesterday that were around about 12 million apart in terms of valuations for the player. So I think we were happy to pay, somewhere in the region of 50, and they're looking for, something like 62, I guess that would mean. How much do you think Rafael Varane, how much do you think it would take to prize him away from Real Madrid? I'm going for 60 million big ones, guys, at this moment in time. And I would pay that to get a top quality down player like Rafael Varane in the club when you've got the opportunity. It's a lot to pay for a player that is running down the contract, though. But the point is, look, Fabrizio said United have asked for Varane 1 week ago on direct contact, but there's still no official bid from Manchester United. So United have to put in an official bid, of course, here. These are just negotiations. They're waiting for a real price tag. So how these negotiations and discussions work these days, guys, is they don't want to, they have to save face now. They don't want another Sancho situation like last summer. They like to get the negotiations verbally almost there before they even really go in with anything official, it seems, these days, guys. So, but what United need to do is just go in there for Rafael Varane, put in a good solid bid early doors and get these wheels in motion. Because at this moment in time, lots of reports, everyone's saying that we haven't put a bid in, and I find that to be a disgrace. Surely we should be putting a bid in for this guy by now, Come on, United, sort your bloody lives out. Sort your bloody lives out. Let me say hi to a few more legends in the live chat. How's it going, everybody? There's 50 of you in here already. Great to see you all, guys. How you doing? Steve at FC7, what's going on? Says, I think he will leave, not played much. Donny, yeah, well, that's it. Will he want to stay or go in this current situation? Aaron says stay. There's a few people say go. I mean, the point is, he's not had his fair crack at the whip yet at United. He's not even had a really decent run in the team. Do you remember, I always liken it to Fred. Now, Fred, you can have your opinion on Fred. He's obviously bossing it for Brazil. I think he had a really good start to the season for United. Petered out towards the end. And is it overall a bit inconsistent for United? Maybe not a worldie for United, but bossing it for Brazil. Anyway, he was brought in. Mourinho didn't play him for fucking ages. He just sat there doing nothing. Literally, I can't even, was it half a season, maybe longer season, didn't really get a fair crack until the next season. And then suddenly got a run in the team. Everybody was slating to begin with, said he's awful. It's hard for a player to come into a side and just instantly click in with a new team when you're not given opportunities and you're just playing sporadically. Donny's not, I can't think of one occasion where Donny's even had a few games in a row for United selected. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just can't think of a time when Donny's had, say, 3 games on the bounce. So how is he supposed to really get that familiarity? How is he supposed to get that understanding and develop and bed in and just become that player? And, he's not getting the chances. So, yeah, in my opinion, he's not playing, so it depends entirely on what Solskjaer wants from him next season. Does he want Donny to play? He can't do what he did with Donny this season. That's just super unfair on the player who wants to develop and wants to have a good career and wants to play football, obviously. He's come to United to play football, I'm sure. He won't be happy with this season just gone. He might be happy about being at a huge club like United and, us being up there in the league and all that and being a part of the team. But he can't be happy about his own contribution to the team and his limited chances that he's got, guys. So in my opinion, Donny, yeah, and I could buy that he's leaving, to be fair. I could buy if he wants to leave. So I'm just saying there's a question mark hanging over Donny van de Beek at the moment, whether or not he's going to be a United player much longer. I still think we should give him a chance at the club. But again, if he does go, I'm not going to be that bothered about it because I don't think he's a huge loss. Maybe in the future he'll prove me wrong, but yeah, he's a good player, but we haven't seen anything spectacular from him. One thing you can say to defend Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's point on not playing Donny van de Beek much is that Donny didn't really take his chances when he did give him the opportunity. So a few times he did chuck him in there, he chucked Donny in, and Donny didn't really do all that much. He didn't grab the game by the scruff of the neck. He didn't create too many moments of magic. That's the problem. When you give a player an opportunity, whether it's a young lad like a Mason Greenwood or a Rashford, they can take an opportunity, like one opportunity, and they can get another opportunity from it, and another one, and before you know it, they're a stalwart in the side. And that's what Donny had the opportunity to do, but he didn't really do that for United. ADV says, let's get it done. We are taking too long. Short, sharp transfers are needed, not being snails about it, says ADV. Precisely, ADV, mate. I mean, that's it. Why are we taking so long about it? It's disgusting. Hey there, Sub to Fine Pig says, imagine if you were Donny van de Bench. You would want to leave. Not playing must frustrate him so much. Yeah, I mean, I can't deny that. He's barely getting any chances, any opportunities. Why would he want to stay and not play unless his name's Phil No Bones Jones, who just likes to sit there like a fucking invertebrate protoplasmic jelly on the sideline doing feck all, my friends. You know what I mean? Getting paid 6 figures driving that pink Lambo in, mate, with the pink boots. Fucking hell, mate. I don't think most players do want to do that, though, guys. I think most players do want to play. So if I was Donny and I'm not going to get the opportunities, many more opportunities this season than I did last, I would be looking to get my way on out of there as well. Mason M says, Donny played well. Some games he came on. Yeah, he did. He looked okay. He looked decent. But where was that Bruno moment? Where was that catalyst moment? Where was that smasher into the top corner or the... You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying you don't have to do that to have a good performance. But I think it's important that you take the opportunities when you get them and make something happen. And, you know, like Rashford, when he first burst on the scene, Louis chucked him in there out of necessity. The only reason we know about Rashford now is maybe because of injury necessity at the time. Rashford came in, took his chances, looked mint. Maybe he would have made it and broke on the scene anyway and been that player for us anyway. But without the opportunity, without taking the opportunity and the early opportunities, maybe he doesn't get to where he is today so quickly. So it's very important these players take opportunities. Dr. Jean says, do you think we need to start playing Cavani more? I do. If you look at his appearances over the season for us, I mean, I guess we used Martial quite a bit initially, and then Ollie realised, you know what, Cavani just gives us so much more in terms of movement and just quality and goal scoring ability and determination and tenacity and just bottle and bollocks. He gives us a lot more than Tony Martial, so he ended up sort of favouring him. And plus, Tony had an injury towards the end of the season also. But yeah, in my opinion, as long as he's fit, obviously you're going to have to manage him, not play him every single game because he is getting on a bit and he is kind of injury prone as well. So you can't play him all the time, but I think you should try and play him as much as you can at number 9 and there as the main striker because he is the Don. Come on. El Matadore. Incredible, my friends. Yes. Jonathan Gallagher, yes, that's right. Wiggy says not football related, but Chris Eubank's son found out. Are you kidding me? Are you joking me, Wiggy? Chris Eubank Jr. I hope that's a sick joke, mate. Are you joking me? That's fucking awful, mate. What? You kidding me? Oh man, fucking hell, dudes. Anyway, holy crap, man. That's freaking thrown me. That's thrown me that as what the fuck. El Professor says, I think Donny definitely has the ability. Every player had a bad game once in a while. Probably with Donny is he only plays once in a while. Yes. Holy crap. Yes. Hey, what's up there, Joseph Adams? How's it going? And Pavan Siwun Sunkar, what's going on there? Oh, not Chris Eubank Jr., his brother. That's fucking awful news, mate. Holy crap, let's get some love hearts in the live chat, my friend, for the Eubank family. That's absolutely bloody awful news. That's awful news. I don't think it's Chris Eubank Jr., it turns out. I think it's his brother, but that's still just equally awful. So let's get some love hearts in the live chat. Holy crap. That's terrible, guys. Yeah, anyway, yeah, oh, man. So what were we talking about, guys? Sorry, that's put a spanner in the works. So anyway, Raphael Varane, no bid from Manchester United. United made contact a week ago. Still nothing official, though. Look, negotiations are underway. The news is the news is basically he still has negotiations with Real Madrid happening. So Marca and a few other gash outlets reported in Spain that they are, like Real Madrid has now presented Varane with a couple of different offers, but the player still has not responded. So that's the latest from Marca. Obviously, they're a bunch of rag melts anyway, but seems to be the current situation. We understand that they've had a couple of offers on the table already for Raphael Varane that he has not accepted. So he's looking for more money from them. That's still a possibility. As I say, Raphael Varane could easily just stay at Real Madrid and sign a new deal. United, if we want to get this done quick, we need to move, and we pretty much need to pay more money to the player than what Real Madrid are going to pay him. And will we do that? Well, I don't know. They might up it to, I think, a 250 a week or something, maybe to keep a player of that quality. But I can't seem to go much more than that. If we go 300k, the point is, though, that's a lot of money, guys. Do you think that's worth it? I want to ask you a question here, my friends. Raphael Varane, tell me what your weekly figure, your salary should be in pounds that you would pay to Raphael Varane for being Manchester United centre-back for the next 5 years. Let's say it's a 5-year contract until he's 33. How much money would you pay, or 4-year contract? Let's just say, how much money would you pay him per week? Now, bear in mind, Real Madrid are understood to be paying him not that much right now. I can't quite remember the fee. I think it's somewhere about 130k a week. I could be wrong there. He wants a big improved contract somewhere at least double that. And Manchester United are supposedly, at this moment in time, having spoken to the guy, and further along in those negotiations, or having had more of a higher ceiling in terms of our contract discussions. So, that is something. Maybe Manchester United would be prepared to pay more for this guy right now. Real Madrid have obviously done some things recently, signing up Alaba, and they also signed up a was it Nacho? Oh no, sorry, they also signed another defender up to a new contract yesterday. It's just gone out of my head, but they're I don't know if they're desperate. They don't seem like they're absolutely falling over themselves to sign Raphael Varane again. It does seem like a little bit of a similar situation to Paul Pogba here. You've got a star in his prime whose contract's running down in a year. They're both French, by the way. They're both World Cup winners. There's a lot of similarities here. He's being linked to another big club. PSG is obviously Pogba's link. Varane is linked to United. Maybe they're holding out for more money at the football club. Maybe if United paid Pogba $450K a week, he would stay at United, and this is all just a big money cash grab to get a massive contract, and he's happy to stay at the club. Or he may well leave to PSG. Now, Raphael Varane, at the same time, this may be all just a big hullabaloo to try and get a massive contract at Real Madrid and get more money out of them, dangling this big carrot of Manchester United here. I'm leaving on a jet plane, don't know when I'll be back again. Give me some money. You know what I mean? That's basically what he's doing here. And if they did give him the big money, he'd probably stay at Real Madrid. So it's one of those, guys. It's one of those. We don't know. We just don't know. It's 50-50 about that. But what I do know is I think what is very important is we get both of those deals wrapped up very, very soon, whether it's the Pogba transfer contract or getting him gone so we can cash in and get that money in, or it's getting Raphael Varane signed up, or equally him signing a new contract at Real Madrid so then we can move on to our next target and not be fannying around like a bunch of pie-fingering fannies all bloody season long or summer long. We're paying $350K a week for a backup keeper. Well, is he a backup keeper now, De Gea? I don't know about that, but we are paying $160K a week for a backup keeper. Lee Halumene Nikathazo says $300K. $250 max says Pavanch for Varane's wages. El Professor says $200K. Isma $200K. Kane versus Predator $200K. $250K max says Wiggy. Yeah, well, I think that's about right. $250K max, to be fair, but I think maybe Real Madrid could go to that, though. That's the problem if they were to make a new offer. I don't know. Actually, sub to Flying Pig United. I'd probably go with Real Madrid. Isma, how you doing there, Isma, mate? Get in. Guys, we've got a new channel member, guys. Everybody, do us a big favour. Welcome Isma to the channel membership. New member of the Bacon Brigade. The Bacon Brigade grows stronger, my friends. Dude, Isma, thank you very, very much for that. Everybody get those Bacon Brigade emojis in to welcome him to the posse. I appreciate that, dude. Welcome to the Hamada. Also, if you're just getting in, guys, there's nearly 100 of you legends in here. Smash that thumbs up on the video if you just joined us. Let's get this bad boy to 100 likes. Like Spike. Also, get your thoughts and opinions in throughout about anything we're discussing. I want to hear from you. This is a proper interactive show, guys. I will read a bunch of your comments out as we go along, but also at the end, we'll have a big old Q&A section too. Interesting VK Dean. He says Camavinga and Varane for 75 to 90 million euros seems a bargain. Yes, I appreciate that one, Isma. Get in. Lauren McLeod's in here. How you doing tonight, Lauren? Third time I've come to the channel. Honestly, it's very chill and nice. Like I said, I speak French and Arabic. My English not so good. Isma, that's so kind of you, my friend. Salut. And also, ça va? Ça va bien, merci. Anyway, brilliant to have you aboard, my friends. Merci beaucoup for becoming a member, dude. Wiggy is going to play some programs and listen to the stream. Legend Wiggy, thank you very much for getting in. So there's 100 of you guys in here. What do you think about it, guys? What do you think about Varane? Do you think he stays or goes at Real Madrid? Right, next topic, guys. I want to talk about this. So next topic really quickly before we get on to back in live chat. So Camavinga, right, guys? PSG, so Manchester United, this is reported by The Athletic today that Manchester United have explored Camavinga's signing. A move would be complicated as he has lots of options. Switch to Real Madrid or Barcelona is believed to appeal. Rennes are dismissing suggestions a deal could be done for 30 million euros, insisting they would only take 10 million euros more. I mean, that is absolutely gastastic, isn't it? If that's the case. That's what's being reported by The Athletic this morning anyway, you know. Um, depending on the source you believe, Manchester United are front runners for the signing of Camavinga. We're understood to be very interested in signing this guy. But if the player wants to go to Real or Barca and they've got an equally attractive proposition on the table, then he might end up going there, guys. The point is, all of these clubs are going to be interested in him as soon as any of these clubs makes a move, because they're not going to want to miss out on a potential, generational talent. This guy's only 18. He's already playing for France. He's already scored for France. Crazy goal too. He's a good young talent. He's moldable. He can play a variety of different roles. We looked at his stats the other day, and a lot of his, opportunities and a lot of his creation is coming from just taking people on, getting past people, completing dribbles. So he's obviously a very good sort of box-to-box midfielder, guys, and he's only 18. And so there's going to be a host of clubs that are queuing up for this kid, to be fair. As soon as one club makes a move, surely all the other clubs are going to do that as well. What they might look to be doing is trying to run it down his contract so they can get him for free in a year's time. That's also possible. In 6 months' time, we'll be able to discuss a new contract with a new club. So if Stade Rennes don't sign him up to a new contract, which they won't, because he's not going to stay unless they absolutely break the bank to keep him, which is just not going to happen because they're a small French club, no disrespect. But ooh-ar! And they are obviously going to struggle to fend off the big clubs like Man United or Barca and Real Madrid and all these guys who can just pay more money. And also, they would take a decent bit of money. This is just essentially, I think, Rennes are trying to play as hard a ball as possible just to get as much money as they can. But they know that he's off ski soon. Either they play hard ball until the end of the year and then they lose him for nothing, or they just listen to all offers, accept the highest offer right now that they can, and sell him. So I think he's definitely going this summer, because I can't see... I mean, maybe he would sign a new contract at Rennes. He's still a young kid at the end of the day. Maybe his development, it wouldn't hurt him for another year or two to sign up a new contract if they made it attractive for him. But I can't see him signing a new contract when there's all these big clubs around the world who want to sign the guy. So what United need to do, though, as we've discussed with Varane and all these other signings and players and positions we're looking to strengthen, what United need to do is just go and put a bloody bid in. You know what I mean? So, but Rennes want as much money as possible. They're hoping for some sort of bidding war on the go here. Barca, Real, Man United, PSG, all of these clubs are linked pretty strongly with Camavinga right now of having interest, because he is available for a cheap amount of money, really. For what you're getting, which in the future could be the next, Kante or Pogba or somebody of that reputation in the future, is bloody awesome. To be fair, for a cheap amount of money, his contract's running down, so he's available for what? 30 or 40 million euros maximum, probably not quite that much, but they'll be hoping that they can push the price up as much as possible, guys. Here's another little story as well. PSG are keen on Camavinga, but his path could be shaped by the future of Pogba, whose availability PSG are inquiring about. Some believe they could be holding off on Camavinga for that. There are no indications yet on whether Pogba is interested in a move. So, yeah, that is a big factor, of course, what United will do this season. We've all discussed it at length. I don't like Pogba at United for 450k a week. He's not consistent enough. He doesn't offer us enough consistency, not enough qualities, I don't think, week to week. That's the problem. And he's on too much money as it is already, if you ask me. He should take a bloody pay cut. Never mind a pay rise. So, yeah, no, I don't want to see him sign up to a new 450k a week contract. It undermines the rest of the squad. Bruno, Etal, how are you going to justify playing Bruno a lot less than Pogba when he's better? So it's time to go. See you later on, Paul Pogba. Thanks for the memories, all two of them. No disrespect, but no, that is a bit disrespectful, actually. The only thing is, he has had a good season for us, actually. If he does leave now, I'll at least say he did try and he did have a good season for us this summer. Whether that was to try and get a big new contract or put himself in the shop window to get a big summer move away, may be the case. But still, he did have a good season for United this season. The other seasons, maybe statistically, he has had some good seasons. But overall, again, the consistency-wise is the problem for me, guys. He's never been that player. Like when we signed Bruno in Jan and he just came in and just bossed it, and then the next season he just fucking bossed it. Well, that was what Pogba was supposed to do. That's why we spent 90 million quid on the guy. He was supposed to come in and boss it. And he just never really got out of third gear, really, guys, in my opinion. Occasionally slips it up into fifth or whatnot and puts the foot down. But most of the time he's just cruising in bloody second round town. You know what I mean? And I've had enough of it. So, yeah, it's no loss to me, Paul Pogba. I hope that he goes. that's my honest opinion, guys. I hope that he goes. I like what he can bring on his day. On his day, sometimes he's unplayable. I really do believe it. We saw it this season a bunch of times, particularly sometimes when he was out in a left on the left side. You know, when he's in more of an attacking role, I think sometimes he flourishes. And obviously, we see what he can do for France, which is the most frustrating thing about him playing for United and not doing that. But just needs to go, guys. Just needs to go now. Because unless he wants to sign up a new contract for the same as what he's on now, which I still think is a little bit too much, but let's say it's 350k a week all told, I could live with that. But I can't really live with us completely abandoning the rest of the wage structure and paying him 450k a week. It's a joke, mate. It's a joke. Okay, get your thoughts and opinions in about that topic before we move on to the next thing, everybody. Please do have your say on Paul Pogba, on Camavinga. I suppose one or the other, you know, maybe it has an impact, as we just discussed there, on the future of the midfield and what transfers we do this summer. If Pogba does go, well, we're going to have generated, 50 million or something from PSG potentially or somebody. If he does get sold this summer, if we can't agree a new contract, and then we could reinvest that money into a player like Camavinga, maybe put it towards Rice, include, Jesse Lingard. Next thing you know, you've got a new look midfield. You've got Rice, you've got Camavinga. And Pogba's gone. I mean, actually, that sounds like a lot of us. I would actually do that. That sounds like a lot of a stronger midfield, having Rice and Camavinga there instead of one Paul Pogba. And actually, wages-wise as well, you probably get both of them for the same amount of wages as you'd pay Paul Pogba. That is why I don't think it's good value for Paul Pogba. He's just not good value at 450 G's a week, baby. Dana, 450 G's a week, baby! I mean, that's just when you actually say that. That's just fucking ridiculous, mate. What an insane amount of money to pay anybody for anything, let alone Paul Pogba to play for Manchester United and be inconsistent. No, mate. I'm not having it. Daz V, hello. He says, I don't rate Pogba for us. He doesn't suit our system. Is too injury prone. I'd cash in ASAP. Yes, I agree with you, my friend. Unless he's willing to, play ball with his contract and not be ridiculous about his wages, then yeah, cash in, see you later on, son. PSG are understood to be interested, but the problem is they just signed a whole bunch of players. Wijnaldum, Ramos, Hakimi, and somebody else, Donnarumma. Okay, a couple of them on a free. They are expected to maybe have to sell a couple of their players as well to justify it. Obviously, financial fair play is a joke to them. So maybe they could do something about the Paul Pogba deal right now. Lots of reports, coming out. I could read you one from today, actually, which is just suggesting that Paul Pogba, PSG are confident that they can get the deal done for Paul Pogba somewhere in the region of £50 million, various different sources here. But Pogba's contract expires this year. Reports from the club suggest United would rather sell him for a cut price rather than lose him for nothing next season. So it's kind of a similar situation with Varane at Real Madrid as well there. We don't know if they're going to sign him up to a new contract or if Pogba wants to stay and if we can reach an agreement. But if we cannot, then he must be sold because, as we just said, he will be leaving for a free potentially, and we don't want that to happen again. Plus, it's in his history. He's already done that once at United before when Fergie was in, left for nothing. So he just cost us money that time. He's cost us a lot of money this time too. I don't think we've got the money back on Paul Pogba, but maybe we have from a commercial point of view, actually. He is a star. He is a ridiculously highly followed person. So maybe we have from a commercial point of view and branding point of view and all that, but I don't think we have from a football point of view. Hey there, Eddie O2, he says, Pogba the enigma. He's good on his day, Piggy. I agree, but yes, it just needs refreshing now for both parties. Yeah, he is a bit of a mystery, isn't he, mate? You're so right. On his day, he's like a French wizard out there. But, sometimes he's just like a French farmer out there, to be fair, ooh-ar! Farmer Pogba on the pitch. I don't get it. I guess it's a motivation thing. I guess it's a confidence thing. I don't know. Sometimes he just seems to let his head go. It just seems like he's all the right circumstances have to be just bang on for Paul Pogba for him to function at his best. He has to be happy. He has to be motivated. He has to be, there's all these different aspects of Paul Pogba that has to be ticked off before he's going to be on his game. Whereas other players, it doesn't matter if they've had a good day, a bad week, they will come on and they will give it your all and they will perform to a good standard every week. Paul Pogba's not that sort of player. He's a good times player. Everything needs to be good times for him. Hey guys, hey everybody, thank you for joining us. 138 legends in it. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 50k, baby. Get involved and aboard the Bacon Express if you have not done so. Keep your arms and legs and all other appendages inside the vehicle at all times. And hang on to your seats, baby, because this one's going to be a screamer. But also hit that thumbs up button. We're nearly at 100 likes. Do us a favor, hit the like. It's free. And that'll give us a boost up there on the old algorithm and help us compete with some of the other bigger clickbait channels, etc. So smash the thumbs up if you haven't done so and get involved in the live chat. I want to hear from you. Piggy needs you. Jody Philander, how you going? One of the channel member legends says, I'd rather have someone there that wants to be there. Pogba has to earn his keep. Just because he's good at France doesn't mean he deserves a big salary at United. Preach! Preach, Jody Philander. It's a great comment. Yeah, he is a great player for France. Maybe he cares more for France. Maybe he's playing with better players for France. That's what everyone says. And that is true. Maybe Kante behind him just unlocks his abilities, allows him to get forward and create and do what he does better than, say, Fred or McTominay or Matic. Maybe that is true. But also, he can do it for France individually as well, but he can't do it for Man United as often. Maybe he cares more. Maybe he's playing for that blue shirt of France. I do understand it. I think that probably, I don't know. I've never played for my country in anything, but I imagine that if you're a player and you're in a big game and you're playing for your country and the national anthems go in and you're there, it probably means more to you than any game of football could do in the right circumstances, like, say, a World Cup final. I'm sure Pogba is trying harder than in the World Cup final for France than he is for Manchester United, and I think that's kind of wrong, because I want a player who's going to play like it's the World Cup final every single bloody week, my friends, because that's the levels that I'm expecting. Okay, you can't replicate the psychological impact of a fucking World Cup final, but you know what I'm saying. I want somebody who's like bang on it, who's just on it every single week. Like a Roy Keane or a Scholesy or somebody who's just dependable as fuck, who's just, what you're going to get from them when they come there. Or even a Michael Carrick. Thank you very much for that there, Sir Greenwood. How you going? He says, let's get 100 likes. Cheers, man. I appreciate it. Nice one, Eddie O2. Good luck with the animations, mate. Thank you very much for listening. I appreciate you, my man. Rocky for life and Vera Ejike and Case Sings in here as well. Pogba's too inconsistent. He can go. Well, I'm going to get a little poll up. You know what? This isn't a witch hunt. This is just simply, I want to see the fans. I just want to see the fans feeling today. New contract. I think I ask this every few days, but it's important. New contract. Sell him. Yeah. Paul Pogba. We'll ask a few polls throughout the show. Anyway, there you go. So I just put a little poll in the live chat if you want to have a cheeky little vote. Pedri from Barcelona, good young talent. Yes, Pogba is a slow-paced player. He likes to relax on the ball, ADV. Maybe why he looked so good consistently at Juventus, man. And maybe that's why he's cracking in those 30-yard screamers so consistently at Juventus, but couldn't hit a fucking sign of a Renault Espace at Manchester United, mate. You know why? Because he doesn't get as much time on the ball. He's being closed down much more rapidly in the Premier League. It's just a much faster, high-paced league. And Serie A, you do get more time on the ball. And that suits a player like Pogba. Plus, Pogba, in my opinion, is a very athletic player himself. So I think in Serie A, maybe he's got a slight athletic edge against, the general players in Serie A. Whereas in England, it's a very physical league. So maybe it doesn't quite have that same edge. And all you need to do to really rile Pogba up is just get on him and get in his face and stick to him like glue. And, and he finds it a lot harder. He definitely, needs space to play Paul Pogba. And when he's not doing that, when he's not in Serie A, he's not playing for France, doesn't look as good, does he? I mean, he has had some big games, but I can count it on one hand, the big, proper man-of-the-match performances. I'd say, yeah, you know what, Pogba's bossed that game for us. I can count it on one hand. Maybe I have to get my little pinky on my toe involved, but still, not very many. Paul Denton, hello there, Paul Denton. How you going, mate? He says, Mr. News Pig. Hey, well, good to... I'm back here, my friend. I'm back here with a daily update. I'll give you all the Man United news as and when it happens. We're not going to, spunk out 3 different videos a day about different... rubbish articles, but we will give you the updates as they come. If there's a big news, we might be on 3 times a day if there's big news. But you know, if there is an update here, guys, it's basically going to be the latest Man United news without any sort of added fluff bullshit, really. So, yeah. So if you like that, there's 150 of you in here. If you're new, if you like that, do get involved by smashing that subscribe button, my friends. That's right. And click the little bell icon so you get a notification when we go live. Smash it like your name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda, the bells! Okay, let's get back into the live chat for a minute, then I will get on to the next topic. You voted sell. Well, yeah, 70% say sell right now. Isma says, you right, bro, you earn to help your club to grind trophies, not doing nothing. And if Pogba can't help United and not motivated is sad, but he should leave the club. Yeah, it's not to say that he's not a great player. It's just that he's not good enough often enough for United. And if he went back to Juventus, he would find more joy there. Maybe if he went to PSG, maybe if he had a better team around him. That's what everybody says, even though, in my opinion, United are starting to get there. We're starting to get there. And I think he needs to, hold his hand up and take a bit more responsibility for some of the performances of United over the last couple of seasons, especially, come on, Paul Pogba, mate. You can't be asking for 450k a week when he's not even in our top 5 players of the season, performing pretty much every season. Like, how can he be the most paid player at the club by a long way if he's not the best player at the club? I can understand paying your best player the most money by a long way. We did it with Wayne Rooney back in the day, paid him 300k a week. Fergie sort of bent over a little bit to accommodate Rooney because he needed him, and he was on a lot more than everybody else, Wayne Rooney. But guess what? He was better than everybody else. It was justified. He was the most important player at that time for us. So you could justify it. You can't justify paying Pogba it right now, guys. He's paying average. I mean, this season, let's think about players who performed better or consistently or had more of an impact. I think Cavani, even though he maybe didn't play all the games, he still just offered us more. Bruno Fernandes, what a season he had. Luke Shaw, great, fantastic season. Rashford, still a lot of league goals that this guy scored, you know what I'm saying? Mason Greenwood actually did pretty damn well. Maybe on a similar par with Pogba in terms of contribution to the season. Wan-Bissaka, solid as a damn rock. Harry Maguire missed a consistent slab at the back there, to be fair, decent. Pogba's on slabby levels. Pogba's on slabby levels right here for United this last season gone. He's not on Bruno levels. It's not good enough. Anyway. Friday night, yes it is, guys. Thank you for joining us for Friday night. I really appreciate you all. Deadwood need to be released ASAP. See you later on, Phil Jones. I agree. Yashash Archea, how's it going? And Travis, mate, what's good, mate? Yashash says, does Pogba improve players around him? World-class players improve players around him? Yeah. I don't buy the logic that he needs good players around him. Yeah, I've always said that as well. Like, Phil Jones would be a better player with better players around him. I'd be a better player with better players around me. Put me in the midfield down the road for the dog and duck, mate. Put us up against a world-class team. We're going to do absolutely shambles, man. Put me in Barcelona's team, though, against the dog and duck. I'm going to look like fucking Xavi, man. I can pop it off to, Messi, whatnot. Let him do the rest. Piece of piss. So, yeah, I don't buy that either. I think, especially if you're a big player like Pogba with a big reputation who's supposed to drive things in midfield, you've got to take the game by the scruff of the neck and take more responsibility for your play in the team, really. And not just say, or not just think, we need better players around us. No, you've got to be that better player and get the most out of the players around you and make them better players if you're that much of a good player. So, yeah, I'm with you on that one. Fair enough. Amakada Pausto, how you doing? He says, we really need Pogba to stay. I can understand where you're coming from here. On paper, he's our big name midfielder. He's our he's a big creative box-to-box midfielder as well. But you know what? He ain't that great at defending. He's asking for too much money. He's not consistent enough. His agent's a scumbag rat. These all add up to see you later on, son, as far as I'm concerned. They don't add up to a player that really we should be breaking the bank for. Now, he's on 350k a week right now, I believe, somewhere in that region. I could live with us renewing it. Bruno, his contract needs to be renewed as well, needs to be improved. He's on 160k a week. I think that's laughable that he's on he's on half the money that Pogba is, because he's double the player. So, in my opinion, yeah, it's a joke. We can't pay him any more than that. But look, if we want to sign him up to 350, then happy days as far as I'm concerned. Hey, Yashash Archaya, mate. Get in there, Yashash. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel, Yashash Archaya. Another new member of the Bacon Brigade. Guys, thank you so much for becoming members of the channel. You're absolutely awesome. You're awesome, man. Yashash, thank you so much. Guys, can we get the Bacon Brigade emoji? And I'm going to pop a few in there. Mate, a new member of the channel, man. Yashash, you the man. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Get in. Nice one, mate. Nice one. Coming to Frita says, sell him. He isn't having the mentality to win. I share that. Hey, we're only 9 likes away from 100 likes. Hit that like button if you're just joining us. Ismar comments, maybe with the cohesion you have with Bruno Fernandes, and if Camavinga, that should help United grind way more their midfield. Look, this year they did very well, second in the Prem. Yeah, Ismar, no, that's true. If we do get those other players around him, maybe if Pogba stays, he can do better this season. I did think he had his best season for United. Maybe not statistically, but just consistently performing and looking like he's going for it and motivated. I think Solskjaer, again, deserves some credit for his man management of Pogba. There was some talk about would he be able to get these big names to listen to him and respect him, because he, as a manager, as a player, he had a great career, but as a manager, he he hasn't won all that much. So, but I think he answered that. He's answered that pretty well with his development of all the players in the squad, more or less. Some of them haven't come on that much, such as Donny or Twanzebe, maybe, who haven't given as much opportunities. But Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, Bruno, Cavani, Pogba, all of these guys have looked really, really good this season under Solskjaer's management, and him compared to certainly the Jose days. I think that Solskjaer's done really well, so we deserve some credit there, man. By Varane says Musty for the win. Yeah, oh, big time, mate. Big time. I'm happy, even if I do mistake, you can understand me. I can, Ismail. Yes, good English, mate. I appreciate you getting it in there. I do. Sir Greenwood says, Pogba, why you have to go when United need you? You must, because I don't know how to tell you. Feeling so cool. I know PSG is going to buy you, so carry on. Give United inspiration they need. Wow, Sir Greenwood, inspirational stuff, mate. Okay, guys, I'm going to get into the next. Topic here really quick. Janice Radcliffe says, you are right, mate. Pogba doesn't even suit our formation. Yeah, I mean, there's better players out there for the money. We could cash in and spend that 50 million on a player, but basically 2 players' wages. Tom Bailey, let's talk about that. I really, really appreciate you mentioning that. Guys, you can actually click the link in the top of the live chat there. It's an article written by our own Griffo Chaz about the Tahith Chong deal. So go and check that one out. But we're going to talk about it right now. But if you want to click it and read it and see it while we do it, please do. But anyway, so thank you for the segue there, Mr. Tom. Let's look at this. So Tahith Chong, guys, joins Birmingham City on a season-long loan from Manchester United, guys. So, nothing major here to report. Just wanted to give you the news. Reported today, Simon Stone come out and a bunch of publications reporting Tahith Chong joins Birmingham on a season-long loan from Manchester United. So, that's good for him. Hopefully he has a good season for them. Hopefully he plays well. Hopefully, he develops. But, he's just not going to get the opportunities at Manchester United. But I suppose they're still keeping him for the future here to, maybe develop. At some points when I've seen him in the past, I thought he could definitely have a bright future, and he's still young, so he's definitely one worth keeping hold of and still trying to develop, guys. But what's your opinion on Tahith Chong? Do you think this kid has a future at Manchester United? Me personally, I think it's going to be very hard for him to ever break into the team. But hey, look, he's still young and he needs to develop, and if he does develop well over the next season or two, you just never know. We should sell him, says Mason. Well, that's another option. Yeah, I mean, if he's just going to end up being a Gabriel Obertan or something, then maybe what's the point? Flying Pig, when are you playing Foot Champs? I'll be on tonight at just about 11-ish, Musty for the win, my friend. Yeah, back on the channel tonight at 11, guys. So make sure you tune in for Foot Champs. We'll be smashing falls up on Foot Champs galore this evening, so get involved. Jose wants Bailly as well, says Finley Halpin. Oh, really? Well, Jose's probably going to come knocking on United's door for a couple of players. He loves that Frankenstein's monster, Nemanja Matic, and he's got that different type of electricity current over in the EU, mate. You'll definitely be able to charge up. He'll charge up old Matic very nicely over there. There's a few other players that you might be interested in bringing from United as well, like we've discussed. There's an option there. Guys, I'm going to get into the next transfer news. Hit that like button if you just joined us. Hit the subscribe if you're new. Everybody's welcome in here. Get your thoughts and opinions in. I'll try and read as many out as we go along. And at the end, we'll have a bit of a Q&A. But just a couple more little stories I want to talk about today. Some of them are sort of BS, but we discussed the Camavinga links. PSG supposed to be interested in Pogba as well. Okay, so a few reports coming out today, right? A United source says that Man United have been given encouragement by Spurs during recent discussions for a sensational deal for Harry Kane. It just sounds like bollocks, doesn't it, straight away? I mean, I don't see us spending that sort of money on him. But listen, let me go on. This is what it says. So it says they've asked for 100 million for City plus 2 first-team players. Tottenham's stance is essentially that they want to keep the guy, that he's not for sale. And the only way they'd really sell him is for a preposterous amount of money, somewhere like 150 million quid altogether. But there is reports to say that they might be interested in something like a deal involving Tony Martial, maybe Donny van de Beek. Now, I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, and it is ridiculous. But they'd be getting two decent players there, both of which probably aren't going to feature as much in the first team for Manchester United as they both like this season coming up. Maybe it's actually a really good destination for both of them. It's still a really good club in the league. In terms of wages and stuff, I mean, you know, they're definitely both affordable for Tottenham, I think, just about. Maybe Martial's would be a little bit high for their structure, but, you know, I think they're just about affordable. And that would make the Kane deal a heck of a lot cheaper, wouldn't it, guys? So if you paid... I mean, I don't know how much you'd have to pay, but I'm thinking 70 or 80 million quid, 90 million quid plus those two guys, and you got yourself Slabby Kane, mate. You know what I mean, guys? I mean, it's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. But it would be a statement by the football club, wouldn't it, if we could get the Kane deal done? Not that we really need him. The point is, we don't really need the guy. I'm just talking about this story because it's a story today. In my opinion, it's bollocks, and we're not going to sign Harry Kane. We don't need him. We've got Cavani at the club. We've got Greenwood backing him up. Martial is still here. But I'm just saying, look, I mean, if we could get the deal done, I wouldn't say no to the guy. I think he's class. I really do. Look at his stats this season just gone in the Prem for Spurs, who struggled, but he individually performed like a don. His assists and his goal stats were absolutely brilliant. Like Bruno Fernandes-esque in terms of the stats. So very, very, in fact, even better. He got the boot, didn't he? So, yeah, he's obviously a don, isn't he? He's obviously a don. So, guys, Harry Kane. But anyway, I mean, it's interesting. But United's chief scout, Jim Lawler, was at Ellen Road in May to specifically watch Kane in action in Spurs' 3-1 defeat to Leeds United. Well, that's what the rumours were anyway. You know, that's what the rumours were. So, obviously, we are interested in Harry Kane. It's just the fact that he's on so much money. Tottenham don't want to sell. To sell him to a Premier League rival, it would have to be an astronomical amount of money. But maybe it wouldn't have to be too huge if you were to include a player like Tony Martial in there, who probably has a market value of about 50 million or 40 million at least himself, maybe more. So if you included a player like that and maybe another player as well, then you maybe could get the deal done. But it's not very often you see deals like this done, guys. You very rarely see, oh yes, we're giving you this money and then two players going in the opposite direction, because it's always hard to get all parties to agree to things. Do they want to pay the wages that United are paying for both of those players that we could be including? Do both of those players want to go to Tottenham? You know, there's all... So it's very, very unlikely, guys. The only thing I can see happening, really, if he does leave Spurs, I still think probably the most likely thing is he stays at Spurs another season. But if I was him, I'd be getting the fuck out of it, because it's an absolute sinking ship and he ain't going to win jack at Spurs ever. So if I was him, I would do one from Spurs and sign for City, to be fair, because they've won the last 3 out of the 4 Premier Leagues. They've got Pep Guardiola, one of the most decorated managers. They have got a great team. They've just lost Aguero. They need a big man up there to do the business and get those 30 goals a season, which with the team around him, he probably could get. So if for his legacy and his future and him winning a Premier League medal and maybe going on to be the top scorer in the Premier League, beating Alan Shearer's record, he should probably go to City, shouldn't he? And not only that, the money involved, because of the financial fair play breaching melts that they are, and the fact that they've got money bags, Sheikh Mansour, their owner, oil rich, you know, money rich. It's, I mean, you know, I ain't hating it. It's better than our Gash owners. But because of that situation, they could just buy him. They could just buy him. They could afford to spend that sort of money on Kane as a future long-term replacement for Aguero, who's been at the club, what was it, 11 years? Well, I don't know now, but a shitload of times. Their all-time leading goal scorer, of course. In fact, he took over Wayne Rooney's record for the most goals individually for a player for any one club in the Premier League, I believe. So, you know, they need to replace a player like that. What better player, really, that they could replace him with a prime Harry Kane? Somebody who's still got years left on the clock. Okay, he might be a bit injury-prone here or there, but still, you just look at his stats every single season for the last 5-6 years. They don't lie. He's going to get you those goals. He's going to get you those stats. So it's bollocks, though. It's bollocks, though, guys. It's bollocks, though. But I don't wanted to talk about it. Harry Tang says, case later, let's do it, says Lamont J. I'd love it to happen too. Hopefully it's true, yeah. Well, give me Son over Kane. I love Son as well. I think he's a brilliant player, mate, yeah. I think that both of them, let's go and get both of them. But yeah, Son, man, what imagine if we signed Son. That'd be sick. Kane versus Predator. I do see United doing that deal for Kane. You do see it, do you, Kane? Well, hey, look, if there is a deal to be done, I would like to think we would be in the market for a player like Kane if he's available. If Harry Kane says that he wants to leave the club and that's it, he's adamant, I'd like to think we'd be in with negotiations trying to prize him away from City and go in for him, because when a player like that comes available, it is a special player. But then you could make the argument maybe Haaland would be a better option in a year's time. We've got Cavani at the club right now. We need to address other areas of the team, the centre-back, the midfield. So before we've got those positions done, it doesn't really make sense. But if you do intend to strengthen those positions, then it's of course it's a great signing. You're getting the best goal scorer in the league. It would be stupid to think that anything other than a brilliant sign. It'd be a sensational signing, mate, for anybody. Anyone in the world would be happy with Harry Kane as their forward for the next 5 years. Of course they would. He's a goal machine. But not only that, lately he's added the other aspects to it, the playmaking. He's been getting lots of assists too. People slag him off. They were slagging him off at the start of the campaign, and I don't think he had great games. But you know what? He wasn't getting very good service in the England group stages at all. We were playing quite sluggish. He wasn't getting good service. People were writing off. He didn't look quite fit, but look how he's come alive throughout the tournament. He's definitely a quality player, man. He got the World Cup Golden Boot 2018. He's a serious fucking player, mate. You know? Steve Nichols, how you going there, Steve Nichols? Thank you, Aaron Homer. He says, hit the like button for the piggy. I appreciate you so much, Aaron Homer. Thank you, mate. And thank you, Berber, as well, you legend. Okay, Jonas Udensi says, sell Pogba and buy Camavinga and Ndidi to solve our midfield problems. Yes, exactly, Jonas Udensi. And Ndidi would be the one. But he'd cost so much. Leicester won't sell him to us for anything less than 90 million. Look at the Slabby situation. Abdi Leeback says, must get Grealish if Pogba leaves. Yes, as well. I love that as well. Grealish, exactly. There's so many good players that United could get. Hey, there's 150 you guys in here, 110 likes on the stream. Thank you for joining us. Let's see if we can get 150 likes on the stream. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done. Just a friendly reminder. Thank you very much. And also hit the subscribe if you're new, guys. If it's your first time here, we do streams every single day, giving you all the latest United rundown with no BS in an interactive community fashion. So get in here. You want Kane at United, says Lamonge. Right, okay. I'm going to do a poll. I'm going to do a poll. I'm going to end the Pogba poll. Let's see. So new contract, 56% of the fan base here say sell Pogba. That is it. 56% say sell Pogba, guys. Hey, Neil Duffin, there he is. How you going, Neil? I've missed you, mate. How you going? He says, Pig, Mbappe next year on a free. What do you think? Oh, man. I mean, yeah, if we could get that deal done, that would be the best deal ever. I think he is going to be, the new Ronaldo or the new Messi in the future. It's hard to say. Maybe nobody will get to those levels, but he's probably more than likely out of pretty much all the youngsters at the moment to do it. So yeah, if you could get him, then you should get him. But I don't see us getting him, to be honest with you. Only if maybe if he did leave in a free in a year, and maybe if we'd won the Prem and maybe got to the Champions League final or something like that. If we were right bang up there again, then I could see him wanting to join Man United right now. But otherwise, I could see him wanting to join, one of the big Spanish sides, or even one of the, whoever's winning, challenging for the Premier League this season. So I don't know. I think it's very unlikely, Neil. But given the option, that's the one I would sign. Yeah, if I could sign any forward in the world right now, it would be Kylian Mbappe. If you're talking about Haaland, Kane, Ronaldo, Messi, all these guys, it would be Haaland. It would be Mbappe. It would be Mbappe. He's the best youngster, I think, out of them all. Maybe he's a little bit more developed than some of the other guys, but yeah, I'd go with him. He's still ridiculously young. He's going to be one of the best players in the world for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? Haaland over Mbappe, says Mason. Well, maybe, but I actually disagree. I think Mbappe, because he's so super all-encompassing as a forward player, he's so good in these wide positions. He's so good up top there. He's so ridiculously quick. Like, he offers you a lot more overall play. He's more of a Ronaldo-esque type player than a Haaland, in my opinion. Haaland's more so that boss, more centre forward type, old school, goal scoring machine, but he's still very, very good, footballer. But I do like Mbappe more. That's my opinion. But let's have a vote in the live chat, guys, and just see. I want to ask you this. Okay, I'll just ask you this then. Dream striker signing. This is Dream striker signing, right, guys, for United this summer. So this is a sensational signing, right, if it could possibly be done. Just ridiculous signing. Let's do this. Okay. Yeah. Go on then. And also, yeah, that's perfect. It writes itself. There you go. 4 options. Have a vote in here, guys. Let me know. If you could sign one of these players, who would you bring to the club? You know, you could just wave a magic wand and make it happen. J Bevo Man, hello, it's coming home. He says, any info about Tahith Chong being as he's joined at Birmingham City for the loan? Sorry, what do you mean any info on his being? What do you mean, bud? He has joined Birmingham City on loan, though. That is the new update there, man. Hey, no worries, Must, for the win. I appreciate you, dude. No worries at all, man. Yeah, well, I started doing this a long time ago, mate. Isma says, Kanate signs with Liverpool. You think they got a good choice? I mean, yeah, they are a good choice, aren't they? Klopp's a good manager, going to play good football. They need some cover in that position. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, man. It does. I mean, I hate to say it, but you have to give credit where credit's due, yeah? Like, definitely Liverpool are one of the most attractive sides to play for right now. They didn't have a great season this season, just gone. They had injury issues and stuff. But because of their manager, because of the fact they've won the Champions League in the last few seasons, they've won the Premier League, they've got to be one of the most attractive places to go and play right now as a player, as a non-Man United fan or as a neutral player, a foreign player maybe coming in. Liverpool, the only problem is they don't seem to spend as much money on their top players as some of the other teams like City or Chelsea or United. So maybe the wage structure is the thing that hinders Liverpool the most as opposed to anything else. I do actually think, as much as I hate to say it, Liverpool is a very attractive proposition for a random neutral player to want to go and play for. Ooh, it's horrible to say. Heydo Ken Masters, hello, brud. He says, Pig, what do you think of club versus country? Is there any player you wouldn't cheer for? No, not really, mate. I mean, I know it all goes out the window when you support England. The other day, Jordan Henderson scored in a game, and I almost had a mangasm. I couldn't help it, mate. It was, you know, and I fucking hate Jordan Henderson playing against us. He seems like a nice bloke off the pitch. Don't get me wrong, actually. You know, it's more important things than football, guys. You know, let's be honest now. Character's more important. I think, actually, Hendo's a nice enough bloke. I'm just going to say that. But on the pitch, he's a nasty little piece of work. He's so passionate for Liverpool, and I fucking hate him. But when he was playing for England, fucking get in there, Hendo. And I'll call him Hendo as well. Exactly, Travis. The country comes together, mate. There's bigger fish to fry, isn't there? It's kind of like if aliens attacked, the whole world would just forget about hating each other and all our problems and all our differences and then blowing each other up for a while. And we'd all try and fight the aliens together. And then as soon as the aliens left, or as soon as we defeated the aliens, we'd go back to bloody killing each other again. That's the human condition. And that's actually true, sadly. I do believe that's what would happen. Anyway, Marcus Gashford, how you doing? He says, hi, Pig. More news on potential youth signing Ben Winder. Unfortunately, he has failed his medical for sinking too many pints. You are. Anyway, listen. Listen, let's get into the last thing I wanted to talk about before we go back into the live chat for a wee bit. So, by the way, sources in FC Barcelona's board have told Vosper Pululu, something whatever that is, that any club who wants to leave the Super League will have to pay €350 million fine. All 12 clubs, therefore, remain in the project. So, yeah, it's bullshit, mate. By the way, I just want to talk about this. So, Dimitar Berbatov, potentially the coolest player to ever play for Manchester United. Maybe Cantona. Who do you think's the coolest player? Beckham was pretty cool until he opened his mouth. He had a bit of a squeaky voice, but other than that, he was cool. Giggsy was cool back in the day, you know, until he finished his career and started. Anyway, there was some cool. Who do you reckon is the coolest player to play for Manchester United? Berba's up there, though, isn't he? Anyway, Berbatov's come out and had his say on United's transfer window and who we should maybe go for. And this is what he had to say. He was speaking at Betfair. And he said, when asked who he would like to see Manchester United sign this summer, he said, Calvin Phillips has stood out again. He said, he's been one of the players of the tournament at the Euros, and sooner or later I expect him to leave Leeds for a bigger club. Offers will come in for him after the tournament. He is playing with maturity, agility, knowing when to run with the ball and when to pass. I would like to see him sign for Manchester United, says Berbatov. So, I mean, do you know what? I'd take him. I'd take him, guys. I'd take him. Now, you know, I think he had a decent season for Leeds, good season for Leeds. I think he's also had a very, very good Euros for England, guys. And he looks like something that we could, that we could do. He also seems like a nice lad. Again, I hate to praise and say, I hate to praise people from other teams, but at the end of the day, he seems like a nice, humble dude. So, guys, Calvin Phillips, yes or no in the live chat? Yes or no? Yes or no? Calvin Phillips in the live chat, yes or no? Take him or not? Let me know. Jodie Philander, hey there, Fergie, son, what's going on? Jodie Philander says Liverpool would support the aliens if it meant they would be against United. They would, wouldn't they? Well, they are pretty much aliens anyway, mate. I mean, how do you understand them, mate? That's fucking language for Mars, mate. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding, by the way. Liam Mills says, hi, Pig. How you doing, mate? I'm good, Liam Mills, mate. I'm good. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Snapfilm Walk says, for fuck's sake, I love you at times. I love you too, man. Thank you so much for the kind vibes there. I love it. 30 pigs or 3 lions, says Suhas. I'm going for the 3 lions, to be fair, mate. Come on, England. It's coming home. Hey, we're nearly at 150 likes, everyone. Thanks for everyone who's hit the like. That's sick. Let's make that the target. Paul McGrath, says DJ Tricks Official. El Professor, Valencia or Chicharito, pretty cool. These are some cool options, guys. Yeah, I love it. These are some cool players. Lee Sharp was pretty cool, yeah. But Lee Sharp sort of binned it towards the end of his career, man. He was almost too cool for school. He just started getting on the piss too much and then partying and being a bit of a playboy. Ended up at Bradford. You know, he could have been so much more Lee Sharp. He's actually, if you want to watch a video after this one, you can search 5 players who did not reach their potential at Manchester United, and I made it a few years ago. Lee Sharp's one of the players because he did have a great career and he could have been a really great player and he was class, but he just sort of, you know, he definitely didn't, he wasn't professional. He definitely wasn't as professional as he could have been. Anyway, and then he just became like a reality TV star, didn't he? Neil Duffin says, no, definitely not. You wouldn't want him. Leeds scum, says Snapfilm Walk. I actually would have him, even though he's Leeds scum. Hey, would you have said that about Eric Cantona, though, back in the day, though, there, Snapfilm Walk? You probably would have done. Look what the King did. Remember when we signed Alan Smith as well? I hated when we signed Alan Smith. You know why? Because he was Leeds player, and also he always seemed like a nasty little git, didn't he? Like a nasty little git. That's a good way to describe Alan Smith. But you know what? Good signing, good player. Unfortunate injuries and stuff for United. But there's nothing wrong with going to raid your rivals or your bitter rivals if you can. That's the beauty of Manchester United. We should be a bigger, more attractive proposition than playing for shitty Leeds. So these players should be lining up to play for us. Yeah, no, Calvin Phillips is decent, though. Robert Xerxes says, Calvin, no. Phillips, yes. Oh, man. Cantona says Webbist. Yes, exactly. And Rio Ferdinand as well. There's another great shout. More Scouse accent, says Ferguson. All right then, mate. Yeah, okay, mate. My name's Stevie Carragher. I'm Jamie's cousin, mate. Yeah. Although I don't work for Sky Sports. No, I work for Poundland, mate. Yeah, listen, mate. Can you do us a favour, though? Can you smash a like on my video, please? Because I'm going to go and get one of my nan's scrans down me, mate. I'm hungry, mate. I haven't eaten anything all day since this morning when I had a bit of a rat burger, mate. Anyway, the big guy says that Giggs and Sharp celebration, though, was fire. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Ted Zavala, how you going? Dad's Purse says, yo, Pig, when's FUT's Champ Stream Gold one this weekend? Come on, thank you, Dad's Purse. Yeah, it's going to be about 11:15 I'm going to start, 11:15. 11:15, guys, that's when it's going to start. Neil Duffin, we signed Rio from Leeds, precisely. Rio Ferdinand, Cantona, Alan Smith. In fact, we've actually got a really good record of signing players from Leeds, don't we? But you know what? Sometimes this is another scenario where, and I don't want to say, but this probably is happening. You know, sometimes when you see the Euros or the World Cup and a player has a really good tournament and then they go to another club for a big amount of money, like people get noticed during these tournaments. It's just how it is. But then they just don't play that well for whatever reason. You know, it could be one of those. I mean, the Boston accent. Okay, then Steve Escobar. It's the Boston Police Department. Smash a like on the video. I can't do that, mate. It's Bingo says we need Cherky. He's a 5-star. It's the Sharpie Shuffle, says Neil Duffin. Yes. It was pretty cool. Lee Sharp playing with Sharp on his shirt. He must have fucking loved that. Although Lee Sharp's got an E on the end, actually, doesn't it? But whatever. Who would Man United fans... How sick's that, though? Your surname is on your shirt. I mean, that's cool, man. It's the same as the advertiser's name. Think about that for a second. I bet he loved it. Anyway, Yo Pig, people are saying my name's funny. Is it? I mean, I guess so. I guess so. I've heard funnier. Marcus Gashford says, Pig, what do you think about Nathan Stacey leaving Macclesfield to play for the New York Yankees? You what? I haven't heard anything about that. Is that a piss take, Marcus Gashford? That sounds like a piss take to me, mate. You just winding me up there. What, a footballer player has left Macclesfield Town to go and be a baseball player for the New York Yankees? Don't wind me up, son. Anyway, I won't lie though, I don't feel well after it, says Bell6091. Oh, Bell, I hope you're okay, mate. You just tornadoed 2 litres of water. Oh, crap, man. That's a lot to go. That is a lot to go in the belly at once. Hey, Robert Cersei says, Wild Pig, I didn't look at the screen and I thought Cara joined the screen. Exactly there, Robert Cersei's mates. My name's Jamie. Me and Gary, we have some good conversations on Sky Sports, don't we? Phil Jones over Varane, says Big God Bob. Wow, strong words. Not a fan of Raphael Varane then. I must say, last few times I've seen him, he's been a little bit, not great, just in the games I've happened to catch him. But, overall, he's had a great career and he's obviously one of the top centre-backs. He's highly coveted centre-back. Surely consistency is the key. It's not just about 1 or 2 bad games here. Sharp, no. Phillips, yes, says Robert Zerzies. Most players have their surname on the shirt, says old Professor. Well, that's true. They have their surname on the shirt, but he actually had it on the front. You know what I mean? If I was him, I literally would have got a Sharpie, and I would have just drawn the E on. Sharpie, drawing the E on the end of the sharp with a Sharpie. Dude, that is, what's just happened there? That is like some sort of weird, I don't know. That's a trifecta of sharpiness, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. Too much fluid, enjoy the toilet later, says ADV. Isma says, I have to leave, I will come back later if not stream. Hey, I'll be wrapping things up soon, but Isma, thank you so much for being a member of the channel and coming in to grace us with your presence as a channel member, man. From Monsoir Velo Chancho. Merci beaucoup. Have a good one there, Isma. Take it easy, man. Au revoir, as Cantona would say. Au revoir. JB, I hope Man United sign Varane and Camavinga soon. Me too, my friend. Hopefully it's coming, but we know what our board are like. They're gash. Matt Willis, yes, mate, hope so, Jay, but think Italy will win. Come on, England, let's get an hashtag It's Coming Home in the live chat. Ryan Martin, the latest really, it's not much latest really, just Fabrizio Romano dispelling the rumours about Donny van der Beek being interested in or being linked with a part exchange deal for Raphael Varane. He just said no to that. He also said there's still no official bid from United for Raphael Varane, and that's the latest basically, but we are in discussions and negotiations, but nothing official. And then there's just some other links and stuff. But yeah, no, not too much to go into. I was just giving you the Fabrizio Romano updates tonight. There's a few. I'll let you know, actually. So, Raphael Varane's a priority for Manchester United. That's what he said tonight on Twitch. He also said, yes, there could be a surprise signing for Manchester United. We will have to wait. So, I forgot to mention that, actually, guys. That was actually a big thing I wanted to discuss, which I haven't. We don't really know who it is, but he says, yes, there could be a surprise Manchester United signing. We will have to wait. So, don't know what that means. Just a little bit of a cryptic clue there, teasing something. That's basically it. And then Simon Stone says Tahith Chong, and sorry, not Simon Stone, but he did break the news earlier and a bunch of different publications. Obviously, Tahith Chong joins Birmingham City on a season-long loan from Manchester United, guys. The Athletic reporting that Camavinga's, we've explored the Camavinga side and a move would be complicated as he has lots of options. Real Madrid, Barca believed to appeal, and PSG interested. Rennes are dismissing suggestions a deal could be done for 30 million, insisting they want 10 million more than that. PSG are keen on Camavinga, but his path could be shaped by the future of Pogba, whose availability PSG are inquiring about. Some believe they could be holding off on Camavinga for that. There are no indications yet on whether Pogba is interested to move. So still not sure if we're going to be able to agree a deal for Pogba's new contract, what that means for the midfield, whether we're going to go out there and sign replacements for Pogba, or we're not going to bother if he signs a new contract. So we have to see what happens. I think the Camavinga deal is definitely on the table. United want to sign him regardless because he's one for the future and he's cheap. But it's just dependent on whether other clubs can be held off, really, if we can get the deal done before Barca, Real, or if we're prepared to go as high as those guys are. United have held talks about extending Pogba's contract, and those discussions are expected to rumble on. Interest in Camavinga is long-standing. He was considered 2 years ago, but executives instead pushed the button on bringing Hannibal Mejri in from Monaco. So that's basically the latest big updates, really, guys. There you go. It's coming home, guys. I'm actually going to wrap this video up now, but we're only 8 likes away from 150. So Bacon Brigade, assemble! And let's see if we can get 150 likes on it before we finish. That would be big. Also, I'll be back in an hour's time. I'm going to do a FIFA stream at 11:15, guys, so tune in for that. Foot Champs live, baby. We'll be smashing fools up. We're going to do a Prime Icon Moments pack as well and a bunch of other stuff. So get involved. Come and hang out with the Bacon Brigade a bit later on, guys. Rushmano, thank you so much for all the updates. Thank you for getting in here. Check Rushmano out on Twitter. Transfers_UTD for daily updates also. Thank you, ADV says 50k subs by next month. Let's do it, guys. I don't know about that, my friend. We'll see. But hey, look, that would be amazing. We've got 40k subs, though. There's still a 40k sub special video coming, which I have yet to finish up, guys. But I will get that on over the next few days. Phil Jones is a melter, and it's a big thank you to a lot of people as well. Marcus Gashford, he says, Pig, what do you think about Nathan Stacey? Oh, I don't know. I've already mentioned that, haven't I? And I think you're talking rubbish. ADV says, great stream. Thank you, buddy. FIFA, yes, my son. Hey, Tox Cole, you legend. How you going? He says, see you in an hour. Thank you, Tox Cole. You're the man. See you in an hour for some full smashing pleasure. That sounded a bit wrong, didn't it, mate? That sounded like some Christian Grey S&M type shit. I didn't mean that. I just meant FIFA. Beating people on FIFA. Good night, guys. Thank you for watching this stream. By the way, it doesn't end there. You can come back after this stream's finished and comment in the not live comment section. Come back after it's finished. Keep the debate going. Keep the chatter going. Come back. Do us a favor. It helps us out as well, the algorithm, if you come back and comment. So if you want to support the channel, that's one of the best ways you can do it too, as well as hitting the like. And make sure you have got that subscribe button smashed. Click the bell icon so that's smashed too, so you get notified when we post and go live, which is every day. And we'll keep you up to date with the latest stuff as and when it happens in a no bullshit fashion, which you can hopefully trust. See you later, guys. This is the Pig. Take it easy. 150 likes. Get in there, baby. Let's be having you. Also, click the link in the top of the live chat there, guys. It's a pin to the top. It's unitedflyinghigh.com, our website. Click the link. Read the article. It's about Tahi Chong. And if you want to be filled in about that. But until next time, guys, this is the Pig. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy. And come on, United. Sign some bloody players now. Varane and Camavinga minimum, baby. See you later.